to the Mad Spiderverse. So we are in Bendigo. So Bendigo is roughly about 2 to 2.5 hours outside of Melbourne CBD. So yeah, it's about a 2-hour drive for us from the eastern suburbs. And we are here for the Bendigo Pop Culture Expo. I'll probably get that name wrong, but yeah, we thought this has been running for a couple of years. We've never actually done it before, so we thought we'll give it a try and see what it's like. You know, if it's not to our liking, then we may never do one again, but we'll see how it goes. As you can see, I'm like in a ginormous field pretty much. This is where the parking is, but I can see some food trucks over there, and I can see the people queuing over there. So we'll go and check it out, see what it's like, and yeah, let you know if we picked up anything cool. So stay tuned.
That's Brady looking at comics.
All right, so we're finished with the Bendigo Pop Culture Expo, I suppose you can call it, comics and pop culture, or collectibles and comics. I don't know, I'll have it in the description anyway. But yeah, so first time here. Yeah, it's not too bad, like a nice decent sized venue. Wasn't a lot of comics, there was a bit, plenty of cards, plenty of other like bits and pieces, statues and collectibles and all that sort of bits and pieces, so that wasn't too bad at all, if that's what you were searching for. But obviously, like, I was mainly looking for comics. I was having a look at some of the cards. I did see a little bit of Marvel card boxes, but nothing that was really reasonably priced. But I did pick up a nice little stack of books, nothing really big this time. Always try and look for at least that one like decent book. And then yeah, some run fillers and stuff like that. But yeah, I would have been happy if I picked up one big book and walked out. But yeah, it's had to go digging a little bit with this time, because for the few people that had some boxes of comics and things like that, they were in no order whatsoever. So I really had to dig. Which I don't mind, but it's sort of, when you're on a bit of a limited time frame, it's a little bit annoying at the same time. So, but I will show you what I got. But before I do that, big shout out, I did actually meet a new YouTuber, Panels and Punchlines, young Mitch, and I believe it was his father. I didn't really clarify that, but Josh, they were tabling, and yeah, good, very knowledgeable, very cool little dude. He will grow up to be an absolute gun when it comes to the YouTube scene. I will leave his link below if you have not subscribed to him. As I said, he's only new, so he's only got about 20 subscribers or so. Please, he's only got a couple of videos as well. Any of you guys that watch a video, please show him some love, and yeah, subscribe to his channel, and yeah, help grow the community as we do. But let's get into the books. Now, I know a lot of the guys have been talking about Marvel team-up books. I know you can find them for like in the dollar bins over in the US and Canada and stuff like that. Not so much over here, but I did find a couple that were really cheap for me. Usually $10, $15, $20 over here for non-key issue ones. But I did find a couple for like $4. So I'm like, I haven't got them, I'm gonna grab them. So Marvel Team Up featuring Spider-Man and Iron Man, number 51. And some of the price stickers they had on were absolutely horrid. As you can see, I've tried to take it off, and yeah, I'll have to re-bag and board, or at least re-bag a lot of these. We have got Marvel Team Up, Spider-Man and the Vision, number 129. As you see, like, it's got some, you know, pen marks and texture marks and everything like that on there, but that doesn't worry me, especially when it's only $4. So, and I did get like bundle deals on these as well, so I didn't actually, in essence, pay these sort of prices, so, which is also good. So Spider-Man, so this is the last Marvel Team Up book apparently in volume 1, so it's issue 150, Spider-Man and the Uncanny X-Men. A book that's sort of been on my radar, but not really, sort of thing. And I do mention that, you know, when there's a hot book, you know, especially when shows come out. So obviously, like, you know, West Coast Avengers 45, the first White Vision, like, that was, you know, $100, $200 book or whatever when the WandaVision show came out. And then I talk about, okay, like 12 months after the show, when it's like a $5 book in the States, it's still a $100 book over here. This is one of those books. So it was sort of on my radar, and I generally wouldn't sort of buy this, but I was like, it's a book that I kind of wanted. It's on my list, but very, very low on the list. But I thought this ended up literally costing me like, I think $8 or $10 or something like that. And it is the New Avengers issue number 7, which is the first appearance of the Illuminati. So I was like, yeah, for that kind of, like, obviously that wasn't a ticketed price. It wasn't much higher than that with a ticketed price, but I was like, get a good deal on it. So yeah, I thought, yeah, definitely, at least that's a reasonable price, like a cracking price for over here, but reasonable price when you do the currency conversion and everything like that. So continue on with some of my run fillers, you know, obviously trying to finish certain runs and things like that. Unfortunately, I did find some Werewolf by Night, but none of the issues that I needed. But I did find some for my Submariner run. So we do have a Submariner issue 69. 69 dudes. Always good to have something with Spidey on it too. I think that was the only one I picked up. There may have been, I think there was some other books there that, you know, would have filled my Captain Marvel run and my Submariner run and things like that, but they were just, when you start getting to those sort of like $30, $40 prices for non-key sort of late issues, yeah, I was sort of drawing the line a little bit there. But I did find some for my Defenders run. So obviously this is when it changes to the new Defenders, but it's still part of that volume 1 run. You do have issue 141. And issue 142. So I know some people that collect the Defenders run don't go past when it says the new Defenders or the Secret Defenders or whichever it was. But yeah, it's part of volume 1, so I do add that to the list. We do have a nice Astonishing Tales, which is something just passively sort of getting, but this was cheap enough to grab. So Astonishing Tales featuring Deathlock, issue number 35. I think that actually, I think I almost complete the Deathlock part of Astonishing Tales now, which is awesome. Picked up a relatively early low-grade Daredevil book. So issue number 27. It's got some Spidey action in there as well. So that was relatively decent priced as well. So I thought that sort of plugs up a hole in that run. And speaking of runs, recently obviously trying to dive back into my volume 1 Ghost Rider run as well, which is quite hard over here, unfortunately, especially the lower issues. But I did find a couple to knock it off the list. So we do have Ghost Rider issue 55. It's pretty cool that, yeah, it's actually got Werewolf by Night in there. Mr. Jack Russell himself. And a slightly earlier one, which is good. So Ghost Rider issue number 11. Some fighting Hulk in there as well, which is pretty cool. And lucky last book to help my Tales to Astonish run, and it's got a key element to it. So you got Tales to Astonish number 62, Giant Man and Hulk, and I believe this is the first cameo appearance of the Leader. So, which is a nice book to. I'm pretty sure I got the first full Leader. I'm pretty sure, not 100% sure, but yeah. So first cameo appearance. in that particular book there. So yeah, nice little stack of books. As I said, I would have loved to have picked up, you know, a decent sized book, but nothing really that I that sort of stood out. There was a couple there but yeah, just super overpriced, so just didn't bother. But yeah, so overall, like a decent con. Whether we come back or not, will, you know, only time will tell. I suppose if I find out that there's maybe more comic vendors coming, it may entice me to come more. But I do notice that even in these sort of smaller comic fair / Comic Con things, the trend is going toward the card market. Now, obviously, I do like my cards. If there was more Marvel cards around instead of everything being Pokemon and a little bit of TCG and then a smattering of everything else, then yeah, it might sway me. But if it's just going to be, you know, a lot of cards taking over, then yeah, and it gets very busy. It really does. But anyway, that will do for this particular video. Thank you so much if you watched all the way to the end, especially the last 10 minutes where I'm just waffling and showing books. But some people like, you know, the whole part of the video. But do all the usual YouTube stuff. Hit the thumbs up on the way out. Leave a comment if you want to, especially if you got any more information about those books that I just picked up. Or if you happen to, you know, see me, didn't get a chance to say hello or whatever like that. It's always great to make subscribers. And hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. That would be greatly appreciated. But anyway, hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and Spidey out.